Hey everybody, what's up? It's One Shot All Skill here out at AZ Battlezone again with Mike Urena. Just came off his win at World Cup. Obviously, all of you should know that already. But we're here to just talk to him, get a little insight so you guys can hear, the pro player's perspective from winning World Cup. So how did that feel, man? Like, I know it's happened before, but how did it feel this season winning World Cup?
Oh, this one was special. I got to play it a lot. I had some big moments throughout the tournament, some big moments in the finals. So it felt good.
No, I didn't get to see all the games because I was busy that weekend, but whenever I was watching, you were playing a lot. You were doing work in the snake, like...
Yeah, a lot of hiding, a lot of trusting the guy in the center to have my back. The guy would be like a bunker in front of me, and I'd just look over. Blake or Yosh or Alex would be in that center brick looking across. I'm like, if I get bunkered, at least they're going to shoot the guy for me.
Oh yeah, they're going to get chopped up.
Yeah.
If it happens, they're getting chopped up.
Yeah, just like Harrison Fry got chopped up by Blake.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
I saw a replay of that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he wore it.
So basically, you guys won World Cup. You also won the series this year.
Yep.
But I think when you were out here and I was filming you, one of your last practices in Arizona, you were telling me there was some math going into that where even if you guys won, you might have not won the series. Like, do you mind telling us about that? Like, I know we got people who probably already know this, but I feel like some of my viewers might not know. With pro paintball, it really comes down to inches at the end of the year.
Yeah, I can fill you in. So, Edmonton Impact was in first place in the series. Infamous was ahead of us by a point. We were in third, and I'm not sure who was in fourth. I think it's kind of irrelevant who was in fourth. So if Impact were to get into the finals and we were to win the tournament, Impact would have won the series. If they got anything less than second and we won the tournament, we win. If Infamous placed lower than us, we win. So it happened to be good timing. Impact had a rough event. I think they ended up with like 7th or 8th. And then Infamous, we got to play them head-to-head and knock them out of the tournament in the semifinals.
No, and I bet before that game, it's like, yeah, you want to win the event, but especially, I know you've been pro for a while, but like, Greenspan's been pro for a decade or something.
Yeah.
You got
longer than that, 2 decades.
2 decades. Yeah, I didn't want to overstate it or anything, but
he's old.
There's no way that it wasn't running through your guys' heads in the pit like before that. Like, obviously you focused on the event, but it's also like, man, if we put it on these guys, like, then we win. We don't just win, we win the whole year.
Yeah, but it's a little nicer. I'd rather win World Cup than win the series.
Oh, I feel you.
And
World Cup's got that special factor to it.
Yeah, and to win 2 events in 1 year, I don't think a team's done that in like the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe Impact was the last team to do that. But this is the best season Dynasty had probably in 6 or 7 years.
That's awesome, man. So, pretty excited to be bringing that into next year?
Oh yeah, can't wait. Can't wait to get back on the field. I'm soaking it in for the next couple weeks, but then it's back to work.
So can I ask you a question? If you want to decline this one, you totally can.
Okay.
It's about roster things, and I understand if I'm stepping over the bounds here. I probably should have ran this by him before we started. I forgot. Are there any? We've heard some rumors of some shakeups. You guys might be losing your Mexican missile, Arturo.
Oh,
There's some rumors floating that he's going to help run a new Mexican pro paintball team from Mexico.
Yeah, I know he got an offer from them. As far as I know, he's not leaving.
Okay.
But we are picking up a new kid. His name's Damian Vasquez.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, he plays on the Newbies.
Yeah, man. No, I met him at WCPPL.
Yeah, he lives out.
He went out there to do an event. Carbon hired me to do some interviews with players, and it's funny. Walker's one of the big guys at Carbon, and he's like homies with Damien. So like we were all chilling and talking. I did an interview like this about Carbon gear, you know. But no, he's good. I saw him in the premier division last year at the Dub C.
Yeah, he's solid. It's just going to take time, like playing semi-pro, even being a top guy at semi-pro. There's still a gap. You could be like, you're a bottom guy in pro now. But it take a couple events to get your feet underneath you, get the confidence built.
But you want to grab that guy, so when you're having a ball in an event where you're 3-0 and you're about to play, sorry guys, you're about to play the ML Kings, then you throw that dude in and you let him get his feet wet in the pro and get some spins with you guys. Is that kind of how it works?
No, SK runs it different. SK wants to put, if you're newer, he wants to put you in the big moments so you get the confidence right away.
Oh, that's very cool, man.
I think that's something that really helped my season this year. He always put me in the moments that were important. So I got to feel what it was like to have that pressure. And I think it tremendously helped my game.
No, that's really cool, man. It's kind of one of those things where it's like if you don't ever get put in those situations, like you don't get that chance to boost your confidence and, you know, feel like you are big dog. You know, you're not just, oh, I'm the new guy, I'm hanging out.
You're always relying on someone else to do the work, but when you get the opportunity to do it yourself, you're like, oh, this isn't too bad, I can do this.
No, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you corrected me because I don't know. I was just kind of making an assumption off of like NFL, you know what I mean? How they like pick up a new guy and you're like, oh, that's our backup quarterback. We're winning and he's finally going to throw the fucking ball like, you know, halfway through the season.
Yeah,
Well, but no, that's
I think
cool.
SK runs it different. Most coaches, they probably run it that way. Up until this year, I would have thought that way, but he kind of opened my eyes and changed my ideas on how to approach the game.
No, that's awesome, man. I mean, anytime I've gotten an opportunity to work with someone like you or Aaron Tholey or Brandon Unger, there are plenty of those moments where I'm like, what? Like, what? You really want me to do this? Like, oh, okay, you're the f***ing pro. And then I do it, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I should be doing. Like, seemed like it wasn't going to work, but it did.
Yeah, for real.
No, that's tight, man. When you're saying SK, who are you referring to for the uneducated?
Our coach, Kevin. His nickname's Skinny Kevin, so we just call him SK.
Okay.
But
you're good, man.
Yeah, he used to call Todd fat back in the day, apparently, so they called him Skinny Kevin.
You're talking about Todd Martinez, I'm
Yeah.
guessing? That's funny, man. No, and I just ask because, bro, I do have some followers who literally, like, message me the bare basics about paintball, or they'll message me, like, where can I watch World Cup? Like, I have had that on Instagram, so it's like...
You're growing the sport.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, so thank you to anyone who's been around 10 years, you know, for holding out as we break things down for the newer people. We got to get them caught up here.
Yeah.
So one final question I guess I really wanted to ask you was, what is the whole World Cup pro experience? Because we see on Instagram, we see on Facebook, the team houses, you know, you guys are down there for like 4 or 5 days before the event. You get into practice or two. How does that all work for Dynasty?
For Dynasty, so we start out layout weekends. We go fly out to San Diego or fly out to Capital Edge, have practice. So SK kind of brought like a new theory on how to practice for us.
Okay.
Which turned out to be really effective.
Apparently.
Yeah. So the first day or the first weekend, he doesn't give us game plans and he doesn't want us playing in our normal spots. So I end up playing in the back behind Ryan, which is not where I like to play, but I'm learning how to play it better.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or I'll end up on the Dorito side, and you'll have Marcelo and the Snake. You know, it just kind of gives everyone a perspective of, okay, maybe this job's a little harder than I thought, or maybe it's easier to hold this guy in, or it's easy to put this guy in. So we do the practices, and then we'll come back for a day, fly out Tuesday. We'll have another practice on Wednesday. We'll play for like an hour or two, just testing out the tournament paint, really making sure it's shooting good.
More of like a warm-up kind of practice.
Yeah, like a warm-up. We're not, if we lose points, we're not really worried about it. And SK doesn't like running plays there either, because all the other teams are watching you practice. All the prelim teams,
for sure.
They'll come and they take notes, like AC Diesel, they were there at our practice. They had their coach just writing down everywhere we went. Little did he know, we weren't running plays, we were just going wherever we wanted.
Just a day of rec ball, essentially.
Yeah. And then we go into the tournament. Things are pretty serious. You go there, you gotta take it like it's a job. There's a lot of money and time that the guys put into it, so you gotta take it serious. If you don't, you're just not gonna last on the team.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's gotta be a well-oiled machine. If your part isn't fitting in, it ain't gonna be there long.
Yeah.
They'll find a replacement.
Yep. Always on the chopping block.
Bro, that's one thing you said that really, like, all that was cool. The one thing that you said that was crazy to me was that your guys' practice, you were just going wherever because of the whole, you know, like, not counter coaching, but, you know, scouting aspect. Yeah. It reminds me of how in the NFL, it's the whole, this is how you got to talk.
Yeah.
Like, you don't say anything. Even though it's so old, like, everyone's known that for years. Like, is there anyone even really looking with binoculars and reading lips anymore? But they all do it. And it's like, it's funny. It's gotten to the point where you're like, dude, we don't run any real and let everyone see that. Fuck it. We just have a practice. And
yeah, like the first point of the day, SK will have one of us do something like wild. So the teams are watching are like, oh man, we need to watch out for that one.
You need to watch out, double run to the 50, and they're all ready for that. And then you just do a nice solid breakout and get a kill, and they're like, oh,
Yeah, like we try to go to their side real fast.
That's crazy, man. Like, were they like videotaping you guys, or just, you know?
No, they got their notes and they're just marking.
Yeah.
You're going here, here, here.
Okay.
This guy likes to do this. I mean, we do it. Like,
Oh yeah,
after
yeah.
we're done practicing.
I know you're not throwing shade or anything.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the beast, but it's like it's cool because, like I said, I mean, like those little dudes that you were talking to. Mike got asked for an interview right before this. You know, a lot of fans out here today, but like those kids don't know any of this. You know, it'll be very, very.
Yeah, it comes with time, but yeah.
Well, awesome, man. I forgot to set a stopwatch, so I'm not sure how long we've been talking, but hopefully this was a long enough video for all of your fans and mine, you know, more so yours than mine. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully we'll do some more of these next season, and you can learn a little more about pro paintballer from an actual pro paintballer. Thanks again, bro.
Yeah.